Good evening, everybody. Sorry for the weird dynamics with the back of my head and the monitor behind me, but I'm going to show a little differently tonight. I want to show you what my day looks like on Mondays when I prepare for what I'm going to make as far as cards go for the whole week. So with that being said, I am going to take the camera and I'm going to turn it down to my workstation so you guys can get a better view of what's happening. It's weird looking into the camera, but my monitor is behind me. So bear with me and we'll get through it this evening. If you guys have any questions, I'll be taking a couple minutes here and there to turn around and look, see what's happening, and then hopefully we'll play catch up. Thanks for viewing last week. And I wanted to say that all my supplies, 98% of them are bought through Stamps of Life with Stephanie and Kim Bernard. That being said, the tutorials I'm going to give are the ones that they don't give. For example, I'm going to show you a coffee mug idea from their coffee mug die set and also from their coffee cup die set. What I'm doing for the craft fair for that. This is something they wouldn't show you on their tutorial how to make it. They're folded cards. Most of you know the folded cards are super simple. So I'm going to give a tutorial on something different. If you see something on Stephanie's, on the Stamps of Life website that you like, and you click, you go to the website, you go to the search, let's say you search for coffee cup. The coffee cup will come up. If you scroll down, you'll see a spot where she has a video on how to make it. If you scroll down further, then you can view the gallery and it'll show you ideas just for that particular item. So that's the trick to getting good tutorials. My tutorials are spin-offs of hers in the respect that I make my foldeds the exact same way she makes her foldeds. I make my gingerbread house the same way she makes her gingerbread house. The only thing I'm showing you as far as the tutorial goes is if I do something different with that die that's not normally done. So that being said, I'm going to tip the camera down and we're going to get started. But first, I'm going to check the screen after I tip it down. Bear with me. Yeah, that was my big fat gut you guys got to see. Now I'm going to go read the comments real quick for a minute. Hello, Jennifer. Hi. Gloria. Love colors. I wish I knew your name. Can you guys hear me okay? Okay, sorry for the quiet time. I'm going to turn on an additional light. Yeah, that helps a little bit. Hi, Jennifer. Can somebody tell me if you guys can hear me okay? Thank you. Okay. First, we're going to start by, I don't know if I can do the camera, can get it to do this. Oops, my lighting changed. My die cutting machine is over there. So obviously, I'm not going to be able to show you much about what's going on there. What I do, though, is first thing on Monday morning is I get up, okay, what am I going to make this week? So let's say I wanted to make, I don't know, like some cards. So, okay, let's pretend I'm going to make the gingerbread card. Here is that gingerbread card. I'm trying to show it to you right side up. Hey, it worked. So I'll cut out 10 dies of this gingerbread house. Just the front panel, the house. I'll cut out 10 of them. I'm not going to decorate them. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to cut them out. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out 10 of the, crap on a cracker. What's this called? The, oh man, I can't believe I just did this to myself. It's the card base that has 2 of these on it. It has actually 1. It's a 5x7. So you take the 2 and you overlap them. Stephanie shows you how to do that. I just glued the gingerbread house onto it. And I always leave my door open on my gingerbread houses so you guys can see a little message inside. In fact, I just got an order to make 15 of these. And when she opens the door, it's going to be a picture of her dog that she's sending out for Christmas this year. So I cut out 10 of these, 10 of the card for the base, 10 of the gingerbread houses. Again, I do not decorate. I do not do anything else. because Christmas is coming out, and that doesn't take me too terribly long, I'll cut out another card base. Let's say I'm going to do this one. Can you guys see that okay? The mirror thing is pretty tricky. I'll take it out of the envelope. Also, I wanted to show you that when I do my cards, I always do my cards in the envelopes, in the clear sleeves. And on the back, I put a tag saying what it says inside, so customers don't have to take it out of the bag to see what it is. I'm going to take this one out and show you real quick. It says Mary. It's got that really cool background on it that changes colors, the hologram. And then red and Mary, and you just flip it. It says Merry Christmas, Christmas, Christmas. And then on the back, I put the stamp and then a little logo. And again, the stamp that I use for my cards says Crafty Cards by Debbie, call or text, and it has my phone number on it. So that's a couple of the cards I wanted to show you. The other one that I will do, that I'm in the process of doing, is I ran 10 of these card bases. It's just the regular A2 card base, nothing fancy, regular corners, the whole bit. Then I take, because this is my shaker card, I'll take and I'll put, I'll cut out all the insides for it, and I'll cut the frame for them all. The part that does the shaker part is the envelopes that Stephanie sells at Stamps of Life, and they're called shaker clear envelopes. Make sure you order the shaker ones, and they make up such a fast card. So there I've got 20 card bases. Poof, they're done. That's a big deal for me. That way it gets me all week to start working on them. So the one card die I cut out this week was I cut out 40 of these lovely. This is your folded mug that Stephanie still sells on Stamps of Life. I bought this a few months. I don't remember if I got it at the Fold It Club or if it's something new. But you're not going to use, what I'm going to show you tonight, you're not going to use it as a folded. So I cut out 40 of these bases, all white. I went ahead and stamped the backs. Then I went through all of my lovely patterns, and I cut out 40 of the actual mugs. Again, we're not going to be doing a folded, so you're just cutting out the front face. You're not cutting out any of the pieces. I'm going to show you step by step how to make it. Then I cut out 25 of the new one, the coffee cup. And the coffee cup has all those little layers that go through it. Do I have a coffee cup that's just plain? No. Yes, I do. This is normally what the coffee cup would look like. It would have all these different layers so you could see what's happening. And this is my folded that I'm selling as a folded. And on the back, it says have a cozy, on the inside, it says have a cozy holiday. I put that tag there. So this is how I make the folded for the coffee cup. But tonight I'm going to show you how to take that coffee cup and turn it into something really fun. And again, I cut out 25 of the white bases, just the base, not a folded. And then I cut out 25 different patterns. I've already made a bunch of them. And I'm going to show you how to assemble these now. I'm going to take a break while you look at these things. I think if I turn these around, you can see them easier. And I'll try to make them upside down. I'm not as good at Stephanie at that as that, but we'll give it a shot. And then I'll show you some finished products on it. I'm going to check back here real soon and see if you guys got any questions now. Okay. Oh, it's called the gatefold card. Of course it is. Thank you, guys. The gatefold card. Okay. We're going to start with the easy one. We're going to start with the tea bag set. The tea bag set is really super simple. Let me show you what one looks like when it's already finished in its envelope and done and decorated. This is a tea one that I did, and I already decorated it, put it in the bag and everything. I hope these are showing up good for you guys. I'll show you some out of the bag too. We're going to go through the whole steps. I'm going to show you from finish to end how to make this real good. The cost of the products in this bag was less than $1. It was more like 80 cents. So I'm going to be selling these for $2 and I'll probably get it easily. They're fast, they're easy, and they're so cute. And at Christmas time for my craft fair, which is December 14th, people aren't going to want to buy as much cards for mailing because it's too close to the end of the month. But they're going to want to have stuff for stocking stuffers and hand out to people and teachers and coworkers and stuff like that. So when they see things like this is the tea one. Then I'm going to show you the hot cocoa one. This is the kind of thing that sells really fast at the craft fairs, and that's why I'm making so many of them. So that's the tea one. So first thing on your tea one, you're going to get your top and your bottom. You're not going to do anything to it except stamp the back with your info on it. You're going to get your handy dandy glue. Please let it come out. And you're going to go to the back. Now this is the tricky part. I should have done like Stephanie does and singled out. But you see how you have all these sections? You're only going to glue the outside of these bottom two sections. You are not going to glue the inside, just the bottom two sections, just the outside, not the top, just the side, the bottom, and the other side. On the first three, this little tiny one, the middle one, and the other one, you're going to glue it all solid. So I'm going to try and show you guys. I'm going to do it right side up for me, upside down for you, because I'm not that coordinated. Come on, glue. Just used you a minute ago. It's on the empty side, and I like the empty side because I had it sitting upside down. Excuse my hands. Again, I'm a kind of heavy, messy gluer, but I spread it with the tip. And no, it doesn't clog your bottle if you wipe it off. It all works out fine. Then you're just going to run a line down the side, across the bottom, and up the side on the other side. Do not go across the top on these bottom two sections. I can't emphasize that enough. And I got to turn this around. I'm sorry, guys. You're going to take this. Maybe this is right side up for you. I doubt it. You're going to take this and you're going to push it down. You're going to center it as best you can. Push down all the way across on the top section. On the bottom section, you're only going to go on the outside. Push it down. I learned real quick that sometimes I get a little heavy-handed with the glue. So what you want to do to make sure that this part is staying glued down, I'm not going to do it now because I want the glue to set just a little bit. So I have a handy dandy little stick here. I stick the stick in it and I make sure it goes under both pieces and I slide it back and forth. I'll do it again on this one now that it's set for a few minutes. Stick it in there, go side to side, making sure you didn't glue that bottom piece down, which I did not. Again, going side to side. Got it? I don't know what it is about coughing when I'm talking to you guys, but I do apologize. So, making sure that's all down good. The outside, just press again. You set these aside to dry. After they've been set aside to dry, oh yeah, put the cap back on your glue, please. After they've been set aside to dry, what you're going to do then is you're going to decorate them. Now, decorating these things is so simple, it's kind of silly. But I'm going to show you really quick how to do it. What did I do with those? I'll just use this one. I found tea bags. This one is that particular brand. It's called a Gingerbread Joy flavor. I like this brand because if you go on Amazon, they have a variety pack of Christmas teas. So I just ordered a bunch of those. So it's relatively cheap. You just insert it in the cup. It's not rocket science here. Sometimes you have to lift it to get it under all the way. I like to leave the name of it exposed. Yeah, that's right side up. I like to leave the name of it exposed for you guys, for the buyers, I'm sorry, because then they can see, oh, hey, it's a gingerbread. I want to get that one. Then what you're going to do, I'm going to show you on a different one because this one's a little wonky still. Put it in there. When I just so happen, look at the paper I used on it. I used the gingerbread. Then I'm going to stick my little spoon in there. That's so they can stir their tea. And then I bought a bunch of these honey sticks. Again, Amazon, heck of a deal. I think it was like for 25 of them, it was like $4. So obviously, it's like I said, the cost effectiveness of this is really well. Like 80 cents, I figured each. I got the bag of Ghirardelli little chocolates. This one is particularly the peppermint bark. I match the colors more than they do the candy, but having the extra candy on there, it's an extra perk. So there, it's all decorated, ready to go, ready to be bagged. When I say ready to be bagged, that's exactly what I mean. I do not make a lot of 5x7 cards as a rule. And if I do, they're special order, and I don't usually put them in sleeves. I just give them to them with the envelopes in a nice box. So I have, to say the least, I think I've ordered like 3 packages of these off of Stephanie, the 5x7 clear envelopes that you would put your finished work in. So that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide this in here and flip it over. And guess how I did my decorating? Of course, Warm Wishes, we all know that one. But I also got to playing yesterday. Remember the wax seals? These wax seals you can use on so many things. Well, I got an extra glitter in my swag bag when we went to the thing, so I had an extra green. So I did the Christmas tree one, and while it's sitting there and it's setting up, you sprinkle the glitter around it. My whole room now is green. Can you see I don't know if you can tell there's a Christmas tree or not, but it is. Anyway, that's the finished product. That's the tea one. This is going to go for $2. After you do your assembly line, you cut out all your stuff. You've glued them all together. It took me to do a total of 65, 40 of the coffee mugs for the hot chocolate, and then 25 of the ones for the tea, this one here. It took me maybe not quite 2 hours to do it all, to cut it up. And I'll tell you another trick. When you're cutting them all up and you're using this pattern paper, do not throw away the parts you cut out. When you have these lovely tea bags, the coffee cup, and you have this cut out, I'm getting ready to put gift tags on them that just say "to from" on it, just a real short little one. Use the back side of the ones that have the solid colors so you can clip it on. Don't waste this stuff. I mean, it's just common sense to know that you don't want to get a clean sheet of paper out to make all your gift tags. Use what you got from the scraps of cutting out the mugs and the coffee cups. Okay, now we're going to do the one that's a little trickier to do. Is everybody keeping up okay? I'm going to check with the monitor. Hi, Janet. Hi, Jennifer. Okay. Keep the questions going. This is the coffee mug one. I cut it out. It's all ready to go. There's 2 things I did to it that I did not do with one. When I made the first one, I made it with the Starbucks hot cocoa one. Now the Starbucks hot cocoa one has, let me grab one for you and show you. The Starbucks hot cocoa one is pretty cool because it has the printing all the way to the top. Swiss Miss, however, when I had to go get more cocoa, I got some Swiss Miss. They were out of Starbucks, so I got Swiss Miss. If you look at the sizes of the packages, it's a huge difference. So the hot cocoa ones you can put through the coffee mug like this. See how I've got the little top on there? You just fold it. You just keep folding it. And you put it through the top. I hope you guys can see this okay. You gently put it through the top. And no, I have not ripped any of them yet. And you push it all the way up. See? And you can, it says Starbucks hot cocoa. So then when you go to glue it onto the back, you can still read that it says hot cocoa. Once I get it through here, I'll open this back up. So that's how that works. The Swiss Miss one, however, if you're going to use Swiss Miss, because it is a lot cheaper than the Starbucks, that one's a little trickier. I'm going to show you how to do that one. That one I had to literally cut off that little top, that little loop, because it will not, because it's so much wider than the Starbucks. See how much wider it is? You're going to have to, yeah, it's a mess. So what you're going to do, first of all, is you're going to negotiate how you're going to do it. I'll show you that in the next step. First step is I put a little piece of tape, of aggressive tape here, and a little piece up here. I'm going to take the bottom piece only off. Just the bottom piece. And I am going to tack it down. It's weird doing it upside down, you guys. At the base. All I want tacked down is that top. Yes, there's a piece up here, but we'll do that in a minute. After I tack this part down, I'm going to take my Swiss Miss and I folded it up. I folded the top down and I folded the little flappy sides in just to make sure it's going to fit in this package. So after you do that, you're going to take the tape off. Don't use glue on this, you guys. If you use glue, it's a mess, and I accidentally got some on the back of the envelope. I tried to wipe it off. When I wiped it off, I also made quite the mess because, and I poked a hole in it. So you want to make sure that milk chocolate is going to show through. See how far up I got to go on this one? Where with the other one, you don't have to. So you just lay that down. I took off the side tapes. I got it where I want it to be, and now I'm going to push. I'm going to push it down to stick to this back side of the card. Just keep pushing it and pushing it. Because it's got cocoa in it, I don't know, I can see it better this way. Because it's got cocoa in it, you're dealing with something three-dimensional as opposed to flat. But if you have that tape on there, that aggressive tape is amazing. And you just push it down. See, we're getting there. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take off this tape on the top. Pull it off and fasten it down. Now you have it, kids. You got the whole ball of works. That is your base for your cocoa. Now the fun part. At the dollar store, guess what I found? I found chocolate spoons and peppermint spoons. Yes, I did. So I got a little ahead of myself. This one's glued down. Take the chocolate spoon. The chocolate spoons you kind of have to, they come in a set of 5 or 6. You have to individually wrap them. And I did that with a little baggie. Then I put some adhesive, aggressive adhesive tape, the 2-way tape down here. And I stuck the spoon just barely under the handle, put the aggressive tape down on top. Now here comes my fun part. I bagged some marshmallows and some little treats. Stick it down on the aggressive tape. It's all sticking down. I glued on a Andes peppermint candy and a regular Andes candy. And there you go. You've got the hot chocolate one. Then, again, I decorated my bag. I put on a ribbon with the Christmas tree wax seal. It's my favorite thing to use now. I made like 25 of them yesterday. Like I said, glitter was all over the friggin' place. Take your finished mug. This one's a little trickier to get into the old bag. Let me tell you why. It's thicker. It's real thick. The tea bag one, not so much. But once you get everything in there, slides right in. Handy dandy, slides right in. You know how to take the tape off of the envelope. And then just fold it over. And voila, she's done. There is your Swiss Miss hot chocolate bag with the chocolate spoon, and everything else. Okay, we did those. I didn't have to show you with 3 different kinds. I didn't know if I would or not. The hot cocoa with the Starbucks, I think, comes in flatter because it's a lot longer. Again, it's your preference. I'm going to sell these for 3, the tea bag ones for 2. So that being said, I use the peppermint spoon with this hot cocoa because it's got peppermint. That being said, on the prices, I really do expect to sell out of these quick. So I just wanted to show you all of that stuff. Does anybody have any questions before I take it and flip this camera up so you can see me? Okay, the spoons, the peppermint spoon, and where is it? I just had it here. I'm going out of my mind. The chocolate spoon, the peppermint spoon. Okay, the chocolate spoon, the peppermint spoon, the star candies, I got all at the dollar store. The honey sticks, these little silver spoons, I got silver and gold. And the tea bags and the Ghirardelli I got off Amazon. Now, the tea bags I looked for this particular brand, and I also looked for their Christmas. It's called Twinnings. I'm not a tea drinker, so I'm not familiar with all of them. Anyway, Twinnings has, it's got a good name, and they make 5 different kinds of the flavors for the holidays. The marshmallows, of course, I got at Walmart. Some of the other candy, the Andes candies, I got at Walmart. The cocoa, Walmart. Fries. I've got Dove milk chocolate little ones that are, because they're wrapped in blue. And for the milk chocolate wrapped in blue, I've got a lot of my cards that have a lot of blue in it. So I wanted to incorporate blue instead of doing red and green, red and green, red and green. It's getting a little monotonous, especially when you're making 65 total. So yeah, most of the stuff I got at either Walmart, Amazon, or sometimes I have to go to Kroger. That's what some of you guys know it as, but Walmart's my all-around go-to store pretty much. All of my card stock and all of my card fronts came out of paper pads and Stephanie's cardstock from the Stamps of Life, the Facts of Life. That was a friggin' TV show. Yes, I'm old. I think I'm going to go back to using the Starbucks instead of the Swiss Miss, only because it is so much easier, and I think it looks a heck of a lot cuter. What did I just do with the Swiss Miss one I made? Oh, here it is. I think it's, well, I guess they're both just as cute. But see, like all my embellishments, they're from Stephanie's, I've only been a member for like 20 months. And I get so much of them. When she has the embellishments on sale, I order tons of them because her embellishments, you can't find anywhere. Some embellishments, okay, this one, for instance, see this little holly? I got this at the dollar store. Well, first of all, it's supposed to be tacky on the back. It's not. So I have to reinforce it with either glue or Stephanie's tape, not the runner tape, the roll tape. You know what I'm talking about, don't you guys? I'll show it real quick. This kind of tape. So when I have to use that kind of tape to reinforce it, you're getting dollar store quality. And the candy cane, I got that at the dollar store. Again, I had to put glue and ... And it was, it's a little bit messier. Some of the ribbons that I use, like this is Stephanie's ribbon, this is Stephanie's ribbon. I'm real stingy with her ribbon because I don't get a lot of it. I only get it in the card kits, which is great, but I usually make a lot of bows out of it. So I use it very sparingly. Other ribbons that I picked up were at the dollar store. For $1, you can get quite a few. I had, to be honest with you, I had like 5 or 6 rolls from the past when I used to wrap gifts and stuff. So I really didn't have to go out and buy those. But, you have to pick and choose, what you can afford and what you want to keep it simple and cheap so you can make a lot of money at the craft stores. I did do Stephanie's holly, which I love so much better, on a wax seal. I just did a bunch of discs and then I would glue the holly on. But as I was gluing a couple of these on, it dawned on me, when these are gone, they're gone. She doesn't have them for sale anymore. So that's why I went to the store and I found these guys. And yeah, they're a pain to put on because you have to spend more time doing it. But it's a good fast decoration. I am sold on these wax seals. Look at how many I made. I mean, and I even made a purple and blue one. Isn't that pretty with the Christmas tree? Don't know if you can see the Christmas tree or not. Anyway, that's how I decorate them. I use a whole bunch of her stuff. In the summer, I cut out about 100 of these presents and the stockings. Let me show you what I did. I cut out all these little Santa guys. I cut out trees, all the sizes and different shapes, the big ones, the skinny ones. So I've got all this stuff to decorate it. I keep it in a cup. This is what I'm down to. I had about 60 to 80 pieces of each snowman, of each tree, the big skinny ones and the fat ones. I had, where's my other, oh, here it is. I have a whole bunch of these. Well, that's good, Debbie. Of her stockings, the presents. I've just cut out tons and tons and tons of these. And so whenever I'm looking for a quick, something to decorate with, I just go to these. And for Christmas, since I'm making all these Christmas cards, which I'm making tons and tons of, it's nice to be able to just go to the bin, go to my little cups. This is for my asthma inhaler, these little tins. So I've got like a whole bunch of them. So yeah, I just keep them in here. I keep them on my desk when I'm working, and voila, she's done. Okay. I'm going to turn the camera up. Hopefully you can see my face now. Hi, I'm back. I know I went through that kind of fast. I hope you guys caught on to most of it. I'm going to check over here for some questions. So if anybody's got any. Oh, let me show you real quick. The Andes chocolates come in a box. They don't come. Oh, wait. They don't all come. I put them together. The green ones come in one box and the red ones come in another. These Peppermint Crunch ones are to die for. They're so good. Again, with the Ghirardelli on the snowman and stuff, they come in like 4 different flavors and they come in a bag. There's about 35, 40 of them in each bag. So yeah, you can use those. The marshmallows, I just bought a great big bag of the mini marshmallows. And then I went into I used to decorate cakes and stuff and cake pops. And I have a whole bunch of the stuff that you just throw into to decorate on top of it. The little doodads. I can't even think of what to call them. The glitter and the confetti and all that stuff. Well, I grabbed those out of my closet, when I used to decorate cake pops all the time. And I've been just sprinkling those in there too. Now today I bought some mini chocolate chips. So when I bag up more of the mini marshmallows, I'm going to put in a couple little mini chocolate chips along with the fun color stuff. You just want to make it look, oh, hey, isn't that pretty? I want to buy it. You don't think, okay, this probably only cost you this much and this probably only cost you that much. Because when people go to craft fairs, you guys, all they're looking at is, hey, that's something that's done, it's finished. I can slap it in a stocking. I can give it to a teacher. I can give it to a coworker. They're going to think I really went out of my way to shop for something nice for them. I know what's-her-face drinks tea all the time. Let's give her something different. Hot cocoa you'd never go wrong with. And tea, I'm finding out there's a lot more tea drinkers than I thought. I didn't know there was that many because I don't like tea, but that doesn't say anything. So I'm going to check the board for a minute. Hold on. Okay. Doesn't look like there's anything new as far as comments and stuff go. Again, on the tutorials, when you go onto Stephanie's website for exactly what you're looking for that she has made in the past, she always has a video posted, or she'll have, I'm trying to think what it's called, but if you go on the website, you click on, say, the gingerbread house. She does have a tutorial on how to do that. Her fold-its are kind of standard when you're making a fold-it. You put it on the fold line on the outside of the stencil, which I'm going to show you right now on my coffee cup. Did you guys, this is the coffee cup that we ordered from HSN last time. So this is the inside die, and you see how it's got all the different levels. Well, when I made my one for a Fold It, yeah, I made all these different levels. But when you're doing it for something like this, where you're just gonna, you want only one piece. You don't want to spend more time on this than you absolutely have to. That's what I'm trying to get at. But if you look on her folded dies, this one's on the top and on the side. I always do the top. I know some people do the sides, but I like the top, and you just put the fold there. You have your card folded right underneath it, run it through your die cutting machine, and voila, she's done. So that all being said, she shows you all this stuff on her website. She gives the gallery is where I get so many ideas. I just click on her gallery and scroll through. And what I'll do on the gallery, if I like something, I'll screenshot it so I can go back to it quicker in my gallery than I can logging onto her website, going through the gallery. So that's a handy little tip for you guys when you're doing that. There was a couple other things. Oh, somebody asked me earlier if you need a license to do the craft fairs. Here in Arizona, a lot of the craft fairs, like with the churches or the city of Peoria, that's the one I'm going to do December 14th. I was invited to that one. It's pretty big, and I'm a little nervous, but that's why I'm making so much stuff. But you don't need a license for it unless you sell more than $5,000 in the state of Arizona. In the city of Peoria. I don't know what's happening in your neck of the woods. I just can speak for myself. So that being said, you need to check with your local authorities. If you're going to, okay, here's another thing that's new. Phoenix has just started doing in all the little towns in it, Peoria, Glendale, Mesa. They're doing craft fairs every Saturday. They call them farmers market / craft fairs. You fill out an application. You do have to put down your license number, your business license. That's because you're going to do these craft fairs every single Saturday from 8 in the morning till 1 or 9 in the morning till 2. That's usually how they run. It's every Saturday, every day, every week, 52 weeks. So yes, you have to have a license. Your amount of sales, I don't know what to tell you about. I don't know what your city or state, says you have to make to file. But when you get your tax license, and this is why I'm not going to do one of those types of craft fairs. I owned a business for 35 years. Well, I've owned my nail business for 40 years, but I owned a salon for 35 years. And in my salons, I had to pay state and I had to pay city taxes every month, just like every other business owner. And when I semi-retired and said, I'm not going to own a shop anymore, I'm not going to file all these taxes, do all this paperwork. I just want to go in, do nails, pay somebody else rent for my working there, and be done with it. That's what I call semi-retirement, was not working for myself anymore and having a salon where I had other people working in it. Huge stress release. I was so happy to just worry about doing nails and getting my customers happy and getting done and going home, not having to clean the shop, just my little area, not having to fix something, not having to pay the shop bills, not having to do the taxes. So when I started doing this, I made up my mind I was not going to go into the card business or craft business. I was only going to do it for fun at small little craft shows here and there. So no, I won't be doing the one where you go every Saturday for 52 weeks in the year because you have to have a business license. I'm too old for that. I'm fully retired now. This is just for fun. So I hope that answered that question that somebody really wanted to know. The other thing is the A1 box. I don't have it. I was going to die cut one again. And Stephanie said she was going to try it and do that tomorrow night, Thursday, on her Stamps of Life show. So we'll have to remind her to do that. The A1 craft, the box, I'm not comfortable doing tutorials on something that she already has a tutorial for. If she doesn't have one on the A1 box site, which there's still plenty of those A1 boxes available, please go on there, get it, look for their tutorial. The biggest clue I can give everybody that is stuck in my head every time I do something that Stephanie has made and put out there and I bought it, Wherever you see a fold, fold it forward, fold it backward, fold it forward, backward. Do all the folds first. Then go back and look at the layout. And she tells you in her instructions, this is where you put the tape. This is what you tape down first. This is what you fold over this way. This is what you fold over that way. So please go on her tutorials and you'll be able to see all that. But I don't have my A1. I don't have one cut out. I had so much going on this week that I couldn't get to it. Again, she said she's going to do it tomorrow night. So I showed you some cards and I told you about the stuff going on. The other thing about craft fairs is I've noticed too is on those ones that are weekly, if you decide to do the weekly ones, I hope you start getting them in your town. They're just starting to pop up around here. If that's something you want to do and you go ahead and you get your business license and you do it, which I think is awesome. Something you got to remember is they're always less expensive than a one-time craft fair. The one I'm doing December 14th is at night for starters. So I had to pay extra for electrical because I want to make sure I have good lights so you guys can see all my cards. Then it's $90 because I had a double table booth that I picked up, the 10 by 10 double. So that being said, it was $90. Okay, that's a one-time shot. Now, the craft ones that are going here, it's a $20 registration fee. You pay that one time to get your application in. That's it. And then every week when you go, it's only $30. So yeah, it'd be kind of cool. But $30 a week, that's $120 a month. I'd rather do one show a month than 4 or 5 shows in a month. I'm getting too old for that. But for you guys that want to do it, I think it's a great idea. Look for those things. I'm still checking out. I'm waiting to talk to somebody, still a couple people, about going on the consignment type thing. So that's still out there. I'm hoping to do that probably within the next week or two. So I think that pretty much wraps it up for today. I'm going to check to see if there's any questions. I hope you don't mind the view this way because it's backwards. I had to move my monitor and it still couldn't reach because the cord's not long enough. I had to move the camera and my tower. It was a mess, but it worked. And I hope you guys liked it. And next week's tutorial will probably be on something else for the craft fair that I'm making out of just plain old 5x7 frames where I just cut out paper and I decorate it and I stick a Santa on it. Okay, you guys, there was this lady selling these and she gets all her supplies, all her candy and everything for the dollar store. And it's a big, huge chocolate Santa. Let me see. Hold on. I don't want to put him under the light for too long. So it's this big, huge chocolate Santa. See him? He's solid. $1.25 at the dollar store. So she put him in just a little thing with a decoration behind it, put it in the 5x7 bag, just like I did all the other ones. She put him in the bags and she put a price tag on it for $3. We have the tools. Stephanie's products are the perfect tools. If you're not with Stamps of Life, check her out. She's got some great deals. I have not found pattern paper anywhere for the cost that she charges us. When you belong to one club, you get an instant discount. Nobody can match her quality on her dies. When I first started making cards, I started at Michael's and I got some dies there. Well, I had to run it through my die cutter like 2, 3, 4 times because the dies weren't evenly flat. And I didn't even realize it until I got one of Stephanie's dies. The lips are real teeny tiny. So it doesn't make an even cut. So I thought I was doing something wrong. Comes to find out when I compared the dies, hers to the Michael's, I shouldn't say their name, should I? Forget that. Anyway, when you compare the dies, it's a whole different ballgame. Hers have a much higher wall. It's consistent. They stay flat. It's a perfect cut every time unless you fall off the edge of your mat or something. Because sometimes I put the die on in a hurry and I'm going through and it's not all the way on my mat, on the cutting mats when it's going through the die cut machine. And it gets all wonky. It's like, why didn't it cut? Well, because you were too stupid to slow down and make sure it was on the mat. Anyway, you guys have a great night. I will be back next Wednesday. Throw me some suggestions of things you want to see. If there's something you're looking for in a craft fair and you want to know how and what to, to do about it. I know about selling these food type things, the coffee cups and the mugs. I know about it because I got a list from the city of Peoria for this craft fair asking what vendors were making and their price ranges. And 90% of the price ranges are $15 and above. People that go to these Christmas things and the craft fairs that I've learned, and from when I've been, they want quick, fast, easy things that they can spend a couple bucks here, a couple bucks there, $5 here. I'm hoping to sell a lot of cards because, like I said, 90% of the items being sold at this craft fair are $15 or more. My cards are only $5 each. That's a screaming deal in itself. So get to know what's happening at your craft fair. I got lucky with the city of Peoria because they list the list of crafters. I've never had that really too much for me availability as my other craft shows. However, when I did the church, the church I did three times. No, 2 times I did the church and once I did a lodge. The lodge, I had no idea who was going to be in there or the prices. But with the churches, I did because the lady running it gave us all a list. So that's something to check out too when you're looking for a craft place. Ask them, what are the other crafters they're selling and what are their price ranges? That's a good clue on knowing what to do. I wish you all the best of a happy week, and I will see you next week. Give me your suggestions and ideas, and we'll come up with a better topic or a different topic. I thought this one was pretty good. I'm going to go put all my little packages away that fell out of the cup. And you guys have a great week. See you next week. Bye-bye.